the crappiest game in the world, I will still play it just for the music.
Yeah, because it's freaking John Williams. You know, you'll definitely pick it up. But for me, that's the exact same thing with Uematsu. When he does a score for a game, I've got to pick it up because it's still going to be awesome. And granted, a lot of his work is based in Square Enix's library. More appropriate Squaresoft's library. So like Chrono Trigger, it has got great music from him. Final Fantasy is terrifying. Final Fantasy series is just littered with his stuff. I mean, you've already heard like what is actually considered one of his greatest works from 7, which was Eris's theme.
Oh, that's one of my favorite tracks.
I actually thought it had a different track name, but yeah, it's actually considered one of his finest works. So at that point, I just wanted to to see if the music was catching your eye at all, or if it was one of the failing elements.
Nope, but my eye has been caught.
Now you actually need to see at this point now, as a Final Fantasy fan, I would compel you to play some other games in the line, because you would enjoy them.
I will definitely get to it. I am just trying to finish so many other games that I've started and need to finish.
And dude, you do a playthrough of 13, I'll come in.
If I do a playthrough of 13?
Mm-hmm.
I've been told to do a playthrough of 10.
I'll come in for 10 too. I like 10.
It will probably be a long time before I consider doing it. Yeah. Because that one I'm not going to do blind. I will probably play it once. And
that's the part that I feel really bad for you on, is like you're doing 7 blind, and it's just like, well, it's like 50 plus hours here.
Yeah, I know. It's just one of the biggest things that I want my channel to be is kind of more of like a blind Let's Play channel, where I am finally able to.
And for the record, I'm not mocking him on that, people. It's his call.
Because like there's a lot of games such as Final Fantasy VII I haven't had a chance to play, and so this is where I'm doing it now. Because when I did the Gamers with Will, our channel was more trying to keep up with like every new release and play them as they came out.
Yeah.
And I got to the point like right where we had stopped doing the channel, where we both had like 4 Let's Plays each and a total of 8 series going at once, and it was way too much.
And dude, I feel for you on that. Not just on that level. Like people actually get on my case a little bit that it's such a struggle for me to get reviews out. First of all, guys, I was not doing game reviews up until this point, and so at that point, I have to kind of figure out a schedule for myself.
Because those are relatively new for you, aren't they? Doing game reviews. So.
I mean, like when I pick up a game, I will give an opinion on it, but to actually do like a formal review of it, I've not really done that. I may have done. Actually, no, I've done it for the college newspaper, but it was for cheap titles. So, like, I did a... Because you go to Slick, right?
No, I go to Utah State.
Oh, no, you go to Utah State, okay. For Slick, I actually did a review of Broken Age.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I was an adventure fan, and so I was already obviously very interested in the title. But it's one of those things where it's... they were looking for cheaper titles, like, on a college budget, and nobody had brought this game to it. Which is funny, because Aldo was working there at the time. But Aldo, I think, at the time was working on, I want to say Bravely Default, but it wasn't that year. He was working on a big title. And so at that point, I brought in a review for Broken Age. And it actually made the paper.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is funny, because my instructor liked to tell me very frequently that I couldn't write reviews.
I really like your reviews.
Huh?
I love your reviews. Like your Rise of the Tomb Raider review, I thought it was it was completely spoiler free, which made me so happy. And it was just a genuine, I loved this game, and it made me want to play it more than ever in my entire life. I can't tell you how close I've gotten, like even more than ever, just to go buy an Xbox One. And I'm like, no, please don't do it, Brinton. Please don't do it.
No, I had friends actually saying that too. And they watched the Rise of the Tomb Raider review, and they're like, you may have just convinced me to get a 1 when I can.
Oh yeah, if there's anything that's going to convince me at this point to buy an Xbox One, it will be your review. And I will totally give you credit for it.
Yay! Does that mean I'm going to be monogrammed on your Xbox One?
If you want to be.
Not really. But no, it's just one of those things that I find ironic that people or my instructor didn't like the way I wrote reviews. And the first review I put out on YouTube, everybody loves it.
Oh my gosh. Well, again, it kind of goes back to, you're not playing the game right, Drac!
I know, right? I'm not her current enough. Oh, hi, lady.
Oh yeah, she's back. It's time for me to get wet again. Ugh.
Ooh, I love a fast woman.
I'm sorry, but did John Woo direct this scene?
Did he really just say what he said? Oh my gosh. I loved that.
This is typical dialogue for Dante as far as I'm concerned, but it still works.
Oh my gosh, I loved that.
Hi, Matrix reference!
Oh, I'm getting so hard right now.
Oh no! She ruined the coat, man.
It's okay, this is just a prequel. You'll probably have something flashier.
To top it off, that filthy scum is my father.
Well, we have something in common. I have a dysfunctional
No,
family, too.
that's not
What do you
true!
know about family?
That's impossible!
This is my father. My family.
Well,
This was all supposed to
Whoop-de-doo.
end by my hand.
wow. Somebody's really upset that she didn't get to kill Daddy. Hashtag Daddy issues.
Somebody seriously needs a shopping spree at the Hot Topic. I'm just saying.
The Hot Topic isn't what it used to be.
No, it really isn't. But like for my Hot Topic, my generation's Hot Topic, where was the goth joint?
That's the thing. I remember Hot Topic being like that too. But I was a kid, so I never dared even walk into that store because it was like creepy to me. And then they renovated it to be what it is today.
Yeah, now it's so in. It's like I can't even walk into a Hot Topic anymore.
It's
'cause
like
this is
teenage
not what
angst.
Yeah.
It's like the teenage angst of the late generation millennials.
Well, let me put it this way. Like, this pretty much anchored that I could never walk into a Hot Topic again when I saw a One Direction t-shirt being advertised in the window. It's like, I can never go back in. And here's the thing. Hot Topic used to be a good place to get geek attire. You know, like, if you wanted a shirt with an Autobot logo, they'd be the people you go to.
Which, I mean, of course, you can still go and get, but that's just sad. Hot Topic, like, no. Why? Why did you do that to yourself? I'm disappointed.
This is going to be a really awkward confession, but I actually bought, like, a Sailor Moon notebook from them. And I think I still have it to this day.
That is boss. What? How the...
It's dark.
I almost just said the F word. I never say the F word. How the hell are you still alive?
I see.
It's complicated,
That scar in his face is just something else. I want that tattoo to my body.
happening?
I want that tattoo to my face.
That might be a little difficult because it does
My
move.
mother.
Ugh.
You killed her, remember?
Yes,
He doesn't doubt it.
that's right. I killed her with my own hands.
Might want to turn the
And then I
safety
boned
on.
her.
That's
Then
probably
I-
where this direction would go.
Then I boned her dead, lifeless corpse one
Yeah.
last time.
Influence.
See,
You mean
I guess in the game this is a powerful moment, but for anybody who's like critiquing it, could see through this really easy.
This isn't really all that.
Now,
His eyes almost just like fell out of his head.
Yes, I was manipulated.
Dude, I just have like no remorse.
Named Virgil.
Virgil?
He's attempting to bring the demon world back to this modern day. A world that Sparta once sealed off.
Sparta? I thought he was a myth.
If the demons
I love how like the
this
tone of her voice is completely changed because like it's kind of like the whole Batman versus Superman. We both have moms named Martha. We're BFFs.
this changes everything.
Oh my gosh, I love you. Let's have.
This completely, or how did the critic actually put it? This completely erases all hatred.
My raging bat boner is initiating. This is. What,
I was wondering how we were going to get the raging bat boner in here, and you found a way.
I did find a way, but this is what this scene is telling me. It's like I was manipulated. Okay, what? Huh? I love you again.
Exactly.
Hashtag daddy issues gone.
Father!
Is that an actual hashtag? That
I'm
doesn't make me
making
feel
it a
bad.
hashtag. Actually,
Alright.
daddy issues is an actual hashtag.
I know what that is, but daddy issues gone is
Well,
like.
I made that. It's mine. I thought that book was covered in blood. What happened to that?
I know, right? I think Capcom had a hiccup.
consistently inconsistent.
Virgil.
Girl,
You really don't terrify me.
for a second there, I was actually going to say, I have a raging bad boner. All right, so mission 11, revenge.
Well, my boner is not going anywhere near her,
Okay, and
so...
so I'm going to point this out again. For people who are hardcore fans of the Devil May Cry series, yes, this is a powerful moment as far as the series is concerned, but we're having fun here.
And
so-
yes, I did
here's the
ruin
thing,
it.
This series is schlocky. You have to acknowledge that concept. This series is schlocky as all hell.
I just look forward to the next round of comments of people getting mad at me, and I'm just like, can't
Well,
stop, won't stop.
I'm more worried that Alex is going to come out and say, you guys really need to stop talking in the middle of the cutscenes. But at the same time,
I never actually, in my own Let's Plays where there is a proper cutscene, I never talk in them.
and technically neither do I, but this is more along the lines of a commentary kind of thing. So I'm not holding it back on this one. I'm not penalizing.
It is so weird for me to talk during the cutscene because that's when I really need to pay attention. Because normally throughout the game, I'm just I have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, but see, here's the thing too, is that the plot isn't exactly hard to understand. So it's if we were missing elements, it's not like I'm a fan. I could fill those in.
Yeah, and I understand,
And
and
we'd
I
be
have a
fine.
pretty good grasp of what's going on, so I don't feel lost.
Yeah.
I get an idea of the direction we're going in, so... I mean, now there's plot. So much plot.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, people. This is Capcom. Capcom hasn't had a whole lot of plot-centric series under their belt. In fact, this was during the Resident Evil era, so that's probably the most in-depth plot we ever got on from a Capcom game, aside from maybe Street Fighter. Street Fighter has quite a bit of plot for a fighting game.
When they, actually have plot. Cough, Street Fighter 5, cough, cough. Actually, now I gotta really cough.
Again, I still get requests to do that story mode. People, it's not gonna happen. Street Fighter V had one chance in my reviewing block. It really did. And unfortunately, it's... I think I said it the best way possible. It's like you got a brand new computer, and you got the motherboard, and nothing else. But you paid $300-$400, maybe even $1,000 for that computer.
Yeah,
That's crap!
That is crap.
And frankly, I hold Capcom to a
The
higher
Altar
standard
of
than
Evil.
that. Yes.
Ugh.
Indeed. This would be Altar of Evil, number 25 probably at this point in the series, but I'm just pointing out
I
some
love how the
edges here.
statues have bleeding eyes. I mean, that just completes it for me.
Of course. It completes the cycle. So we actually do have more questions that we could probably get to. Let me actually see if I can remember one of them. Oh, actually, you know what we need to do? So I said we were going to do this in the last recording session, and it didn't happen, which was I'm going to respond to one of your questions.
Oh, okay.
Because people have actually asked me, what happened to the Q&A that I was going to do.
Oh, yeah, that
And
was
so
the thing.
here's the thing, is that I actually didn't get a whole lot of Q&A questions, and I wanted to put something on for a good hour. So basically what happened was that it evolved into what we're doing. So all of the Q&A that I'm going to be doing with the Geek News panelists. And so at that point, not only can we have some questions that kind of bleed over, but I'm just I was going to do that for just me. Maybe I should do it for everybody, because that would be a really cool concept to do. But here's the thing. One of the questions that got asked was by Brinton. And so since you're here, I might as well just go ahead and answer it.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Which was, basically you asked if I was on an isolated desert island, and I had only 3 games to pick, what would I pick as my 3 games to play for the rest of my life? I had to think long and hard for this one, Brinton, because I've played a lot of really good games.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
So even today, I don't think my answer is going to be as full as I want it. But here are 3 games I would definitely pick. One would be Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, HD, probably.
You're a good man.
Good man. Yes, I'm a Zelda fan, and frankly, that is my favorite in the series, with a very close second being A Link to the Past. Okay, I'm a lover of A Link to the Past, and it actually pisses me off that we have Zelda collections and Link to the Past never made it to any of them.
You got some really good contenders there.
Well, Link to the Past is not one of the three. I'm saying Wind Waker would win in that one. The second one that I would do is World of Warcraft. And I probably should have justified the semantics here on whether or not I'd have a stable internet connection and all that. But here's the thing. Warcraft lore is so deep, so awesome at times, that even to this day, when we find out the lore of like a third-tier character, it is interesting as hell to me. So, yes, I'd probably be remaking alts and redoing quest lines over and over and over again. But I actually find leveling in WoW to be kind of Zen-like anyway, so it's not exactly a bad thing to me. So World of Warcraft would be one of them. I would dare say it would probably be like the final product of World of Warcraft, where every quest line is there and when it's finally over.
Okay.
The third is actually a Let's Play that Draken Shadow will be having very, very soon, called Xenogears. So people might have noticed that when I did the review for Xenoblade, I referenced Xenogears a lot, and the reason is because I love the game so much. It's one of those JRPGs that if I hadn't played like Final Fantasy VII, I would never have discovered. And so, you know, sneak peek here, we actually are going to be tackling this on Draken Shadow, and I'm so happy about that because I get to bring Alex along for the ride.
Well, I really look forward to watching that.
And here's the thing too. So I just barely did a dry run for Xenogears to help prepare for that Let's Play. Every time and this is why I would go onto the desert island with me. Every time I play that game, I come away with something new on it, like a different kind of revelation than I had. And so that's why in a lot of cases I will always consider it a very powerful game. So those are my three, and yes, they're all RPGs, but I'm an RPG guy. So as much as I love games like Mario and Devil May Cry and all that stuff, I play games for story, and RPGs are the ones that have lots of it.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think you got a really good arsenal right there, if that were to ever happen.
Literally hours of gameplay, and all of it would be enjoyable to me.
You would be set.
In fact, I've actually got some extra plans in store for the. I haven't even told Alex this, but there's an additional video I'm going to add to the Xenogears playthrough. Basically, kind of. I don't want to say like illustrating my feelings on the series, on the game, and all that, but something to that line.
Kind of like a reflection video.
Well, the best way to look at it, because I had this idea and I decided to go with it, was if people have watched Gerard the Completionist's Why We Love Games segment that he's done very little, it'd be something along that line. In fact, I might actually submit it to Gerard as another one that he can do as a video.
That's cool.
So that's definitely something that we will consider, but I actually am looking forward to bringing Xenogears to a Let's Play.
Well, I look forward to watching it. That should be really good.
But that actually kind of bleeds into another good question that people have asked you, which is, like, we get asked on Draken Shadow a lot, but as a fellow Let's Player, I don't know if you've been asked this. If there was, like, two legit genres of gaming that you must absolutely have games in that genre, like you love playing it, so like platformers, RPGs, things like that, what would those actually be for you?
My two video game genres.
You have to think about it, right?
Oh, man.
We're actually getting some really good questions from people, and so I'm looking forward to the Q&A sessions.
Oh my gosh, me too, because you all are making me think, and I had a 10-hour workday, so this isn't helping.
I'm basically making it so Brinton can't sleep.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna like go home tonight and I'll be like, did I answer those correctly? And then I'm gonna come back next recording session and be like, I take back everything I said. This monster is actually kind of cool.
Well, hi, Cowardly Lion.
I would say one of them would have to be a third-person shooter. I know we were talking earlier that I'm not a huge fan of first-person shooters, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I don't like shooter games. they just have to be third person for me because
So basically, an example for you would be The Last of Us would be one. Uncharted, Tomb Raider, the 2013 reboot of Tomb Raider would be that.
yeah,
In fact, I actually have never asked you. Do you play Uncharted?
I had a roommate who never played it, and another roommate had Uncharted 1, 2, and 3, and so he played all 3 of them in like 2 weeks. So I've seen all of the Uncharted series, so I know who Nathan Drake is. I know the story. I know the lore. I know I know the universe, but I've never actually played it myself.
That's actually another series like I would recommend that you dig out. Like, go get the Nathan Drake collection on PS4, and play 1 through 3, and then that's actually one of those few times where I might actually recommend go get a Vita, because there's an Uncharted game on that too, and it's pretty dang good. But right now I'm actually, so people get a little bit of an inside look into my reviews and things like that. I'm actually recording footage right now for Uncharted 4. And getting ready to do my review of that.
That's exciting.
It's exciting, but it's also very sad because this is going to be the last game in the series, I think.
It based on like all the trailers, the premise of the story, I feel that this is it as well. That the franchise is done.
Which makes me happy because this proves that Naughty Dog can count to 4. Well, that's one of those things, is that we kind of wondered whether or not they could count to 3 or count past 3. And now we know they can count to 4, but... Oh, hi, dude. Ouch!
Ow! Oh!
Dude, that is dirty pool. Oh, yeah, by the way, this guy knows his dad.
Oh, does he? Okay. So, third-person shooters, that would be one of them.
Yeah.
Because I do like shooter games, but again, it's just third person's easier for me. I feel like I can, I can snipe so well in a third-person shooter. Like, I can get some really, really good stealth kills. That is just, I've just always been particularly good at it.
Wait, wasn't there a dying dad there?
There was a dying dad there, and now, there's just blood smears.
Looks like a... no, he's gone. Apparently, when you die, you disappear. The Final Fantasy games had it right all along.
Pokemon needs to get on top of that. No, I'm kidding. I think that would traumatize a lot of people.
Well, especially
My
like
Pokemon's gone!
I was actually gonna say, like, what happens if Ash dies? Well, technically, Ash has died already.
Oh yeah, that's true. He has.
Brother, my brother. Sorry, I'll stop that now.
Another genre.
See, I actually am kind of in your department too. I love third-person shooters, mainly because first-person, for me, I get headaches after about 30 minutes of play, and I have to do something else. Oh, hi, buddy!
Oh, Jester! Hey, buddy!
Why so serious?
I've been, like, playing Fallout 4, which has been, like, a really, really big step out of my comfort zone, just because I am not used to it. I am not used to that type of gameplay. On top of it, it's a RPG as well.
Yep.
So I'm just, like, completely out of my element. I want to
People have actually asked me, like, why I haven't done a review of Fallout 4 or Elder Scrolls. It's very simple. I play World of Warcraft. I already have one big game in my life. I can't do more.
You can't do more.
And that's the thing that's kind of sad in gaming today. A lot of games are starting to rival RPGs in length. They really are. Like Borderlands. I'm a big fan of Borderlands. It's just as big.
Borderlands is a really big game. And then I would say my second genre is action, and I know a lot of people would probably group that with third-person shooters, but there are like games, for example, The Legend of Zelda. That's not a third-person shooter,
No.
and I consider that to be an action genre game.
It's actually considered action RPG. So
Oh, okay.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong on that.
Yeah, so those would be the two genres that really fuel me: third-person shooters and action. And And I would say that RPGs are starting to make their way in there, because I know it's a genre that I mean, excluding Pokemon, it's a genre that's I've kind of always excluded because I've never fully understood it, and I'm really making the effort now to understand it and to make, put it into my life. Because there's a lot of games that I want to play, and I didn't realize, oh, those are RPGs. Well, I need to learn the mechanics, and I just want to expand my horizons in gaming. Excuse me, in gaming.
Yeah.
So
you're saying the other one would be RPGs?
yeah.
In particular, you're trying to explore into RPGs in general or JRPGs?
A little of both, to be honest.